Hey, hello everyone, and good morning. Welcome to a brand new week. Welcome to weekly market outlook session where we try to look for tradable instruments and how we can probably take advantage of market opportunities. As usual, we'll look at the forex factory. We'll look at some expected high impact news events, when they will be expected, and basically just to be informed about them. So today is Monday, the 15th of May. So we're in the middle of the month already. And we're going to just review the week quickly before we go back to the charts and do some analysis. So today is Monday. You can only see one high red news. This is 1:30 p.m. today. So there's going to be the manufacturing index. So it's a red news. It's going up by 1:30 p.m. Let's see what we have in stock for the rest of the week. So let's just look at more and see. So trying to figure out. Yeah, okay. So this is Tuesday. Right, so Tuesday we have some high back news from pound, so GBP, you can see it here. And then we also have the CAD CPI report on Tuesday as well, 1:30 p.m., as well as core retail sales from the US at 1:30 p.m. as well. And then on Wednesday, we have the Aussie high impact news by 2:30 a.m., as well as the GBP BO, that's the Bank of England Governor Bailey would be speaking. So probably traders will be watching the sentiment and try and so some key factors that will be discussed would be economic policies and potential rate hike. Okay. And then on Thursday, we'll have the Aussie unemployment change and unemployment rates, and as well as the US unemployment change and unemployment rates. And then on Friday, we'll wrap it up with the Fed speech. So not a lot of high impact news. But you just pay attention to those ones so you don't trade into volatility unnecessarily. Okay, so we'll jump over straight to our instrument. We're going to begin by looking at the DXY. So the DXY, which is the dollar index, basically measures the strength of the dollar against the major basket. So you could see that the DXY overall has been bearish. Nonetheless, I remember we talked about price coming to this area, and we have price getting to that area already. Although I was anticipating that we'll see price break below that area. That's what I was looking for or anticipating. But right now, you can see price is not, it's basically reacting from here. So the dollar is, as far as the dollar index is concerned, it's appearing to strengthen, so pretty stronger dollars. And remember, so if the dollar gets strong, it could favor some of our potential setups. So for example, we are long USDJPY, we're also long USDCAD, right? And then Euro USD, basically we're still looking for long, so which is basically against dollar. Pound dollar, I'm also looking for long. So let's actually begin by looking at the NZDUSD, which I am also anticipating, or at least looking for a buy setup, right? Looking for a bullish opportunity. So you'd see, so if I just zoom out here, you'd see here that we had seen in the NZDUSD, so we came from low to high to higher low to higher high. So we broke this intermediate structure here. We are actually yet to break this higher one. So I'm anticipating, so you can see this is my daily SND, that's my supply and demand area, where I'm anticipating buyers probably step in and then push price up. And as you can see, at least for the day, buyers are already pushing price up. My anticipation is that we probably hopefully see price come back up here. Now, remember, we don't necessarily need price to come all the way up here before we make money on this one. We have an idea as to what we expect price to do. So we're going to try and trade price with that direction in mind, looking for buying opportunities to the upside. So if we go down a little to the 1 hour chart here and begin to look for confirmation, you'd see, okay, so I think you'd see that on the 15-minute time frame here. You could see that we basically have this, what I call it, sideways market, ranging market, whatever it is you want to call it. Or you can also look at it as basically an accumulation, white curve accumulation schematics, where price is beginning to accumulate and then pushing higher and pulling back down. So you could see from my illustration here that I'm actually looking to go long. Personally, I'm looking to go long from this one, from this area here. My stop loss will just be below there. And I would now, obviously my overall target is those daily highs, but I will be managing my trades if price begins to break my way. So for example, if price taps into my entry area and gives me an entry and begins to move, I'll probably take partials here, probably take some partials along the way, and obviously move my stop loss to break even. So NZDUSD, I am looking for buy opportunities on this one. From current area here, you can see you can actually look to trade this. Remember, this is entirely up to you, but it's something I would be looking to scale into and leverage. I would like to take a buy from around here, which is around the 0.6212, and my stop loss is, would be somewhere, obviously based on the structure, but not, not lower than 0.6204. Okay, so, and then I'm looking to go after high. So at least, hopefully we get a good trade on this one, and then we'll look to ride that out. So let's also jump over to USDCAD and see what we have there. So USDCAD is one where we've been bullish on for a very, very long time, and it has been so far delivering for us. Yeah, we had the breakdown. So remember, we had the discussion about looking for buys here. We were able to capture this huge move here. And then when price began to come down, I also mentioned about looking for buy opportunity here. I'm sure some of you were able to follow me on those streets. We caught some very good buys. And now I'm still looking for delivery to the top. Overall, my target is this high here. This is where my overall target is. But these are intermediary structures that will probably to serve as areas where I'll be looking to, probably exit some of my positions. Obviously, I'll exit in between. Now, if we drop down on the USD card, let's look at the 1 hour charts here. You'd see that so basically you could see that we have this big push. So we're making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and now we're pulling back down. So essentially, I'm looking for a higher low for this area to serve as higher low. I think I sent out this particular trade on the Telegram channel because we're looking for this confirmation within this area, this 1 hour SNZ region here, to look for buys to take price higher. Now, obviously, I'll be looking to take partials from those areas, look for entries within smaller time frames, and then look to get involved in a good trade based, with solid risk to reward ratio. So what you call it, USDJPY, I quite like this trade. It's a trade. Even if you don't want to, you don't actively manage your trade, it's a trade, at least risk to reward ratio is not terrible. You could just set a pending order. You could just set a pending order, probably 2 pending orders. Let's say if you're looking to get involved with let's say 0.1, you can break that into 0.5, 0.05, 0.05, and just probably put your stop loss below here. Now remember, this is subjective. I'm not trading it exactly like that. What personally I'm looking for is for price to come into here, and then when I find confirmation, I would buy and then take price up. But not everybody has the time to wait and to sit on the chart and wait for confirmation and all. And so you just make sure that you're always trading with proper risk management. So how you do that is you just calculate how much pips you're risking in pips, and then you ask yourself, what lot size would I use that if I lose the trade, I wouldn't lose more than, let's say, 1% or 5%, depending on your account size. And then you use that to set your pending order. And if price, let's say, taps into it, we could begin to get the move. But this is a trade I am interested in buying. We'll see how this one plays. When I sent this out in the morning, I think price was around here. I was waiting, just like I sent it out to you guys. I'm waiting for price to come into this region. That's where I'll be interested in actually buying. Okay, so so USDCAD, I am looking for buys, and I'm bullish on those ones. Now USDJPY, the USDCAD and USDJPY are two USD pairs where I'm looking to buy, and then the VXY is showing that the dollar is strong, so those could go hand in hand. For NZDUSD, we are also looking to buy, which is basically looking to sell the dollar, and that is one to keep in mind. Now, USDJPY, some of you currently on this trade, some of you maybe have taken profits, but this is one trade where we did talk about, and price got into an area we're interested in, and I expected price to begin to react, and we had that reaction. Now it's all about waiting for the next phase in price. So you could see here that we have low to high to higher low So higher low, right? So now we're still making higher high. So if price pulls back down, at least during the week, if we have this pull back into this region, I will be looking for buys to take this high, targeting those highs, and obviously this highs and much further highs. So as USD JPY, I actually like the idea of waiting for buy opportunity within this key areas here. Now, there's also the possibility that price maybe doesn't come back down there and just keeps moving, in which case, there's nothing to do. We would not get all the, the opportunities need to finish. We don't need to trade every single thing. If price comes to us, we go execute. Otherwise, we'll sit on the sideline and wait for price to basically give us confirmation. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So yes, JPY. I'd like to see price drop into this region and then look for those buy opportunities to take price higher. Okay. Next up, we'll look at USDCAD. So USDCAD. So USDCAD, I'm looking for sell opportunity on this one. I'm looking to sell this. If you look at the daily chart here, you'd see that price is not as clean. Market is not as clean, but we're in a bearish market, and price is delivering bearish from an area we discussed about. So if you look at the 1 hour chart here, you'd see, I think you see this better on the 15-minute time frame. Yeah. The price has so price has essentially surprises. I was actually looking for opportunity to sell from here, but I don't think I've seen confirmation to sell just yet. So I'm interested in selling this from around this region or around this region here, because those were previous leftover order blocks, which I was anticipating price to get involved to then begin to sell. It seems we're already confirming our sales from here. But I'm not already in this position, and I'll probably wait for another possibility to get involved. Now, this is the 5-minute chart, mind you. So what I'd like to see again would be either price come up here, and then I look for sell opportunity to sell, or price breaks down and then pulls back up, and then I look for opportunities to sell, and then I'll be looking to sell. Now, either way, the idea for the trade would be to look for sells down to this low here. Okay, so we'll be to look for sales down to this daily low here. Something like this, right? And let's see if we're able to get a trade and it begins to move, that could give us a good trade setup. So let's say price comes back up here. So two things: either price comes back up here, we look to sell, we're targeting those daily lows, which is much lower than currently what you're seeing here, which is down here, right? Or we wait for price to break this low, and then we look for opportunities to sell on the pullback. Either way, it's a trade I'm interested in going after. Okay. Yeah. So I think the last one I'll talk about here before I throw out the questions to you guys is going to be GBPUSD. So GBPUSD. One I am very, very much interested in buying already. I think I'm already positioned in a buy trade, if I'm not mistaken. So let's look at the daily chart here. You'd see that price is bouncing away from a daily SND, a daily supply and demand area or zone, which I highlighted, and I'm looking for essentially. I'm looking for buy opportunity to these highs, right? And so if you look at what, so this area here like this, on a smaller time frame would look like this: price pulling back down. And then this area here would be where price begins to break higher. And then I'm looking for those buys, as price continues to break higher. If we get pulled back into areas of interest, I'll look to buy. So I'm looking for buy opportunities on a smaller time frame to trade this, right? Let me clear this, which is why you would see this here, like so. Yeah, so you see this here. I was waiting for opportunity to buy here. Didn't get that. I also wanted to buy from here. And yeah, I think I got a buy trade from here, which is currently running. Now, yeah, even though you're not in this trade, don't worry. The market always presents opportunities. So if price begins to pull back down, and let's say we come back to areas like this, look for buy opportunities to take price higher. Now, obviously, our primary target, our predominant target is the daily highs, but you'd want to be taking profits or basically manage your trades as if price begins to move your way. So, for example, the trade which I had from here, actually from here, from this, the trade which I had from here, as right now, because I don't want to actively manage this, because, I don't want to actually I'm not trying to swing this. I just want to day trade this and be out of the way. So as price is making this new highs, so currently now, as price is breaking above this area, my stop loss is here, because obviously, I just want to be out of this trade as for the day. I'm not looking to swing this just yet, because the real reason is because I'm anticipating that we could see another deep retracement before we begin to move. So I'll just manage the current position as price is moving. If it wants to keep moving, then all the best, all the better. But otherwise, if it breaks down, I will begin to look for another opportunity to buy and then look to take this higher. Okay, so that's basically my outlook on those pairs. Those are the pairs I wanted to discuss with you guys. Remember, tomorrow being Tuesday, I will also be having a conversation. We'll be discussing, looking at all these instruments here, listed here, one after the other, and try to see if we can spot tradable opportunities. Mondays are not, I don't necessarily like to trade so much on Mondays, except I see a very good setup. Otherwise, I just sit back because the market is just, getting into its feet. I like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and then just cool down on Fridays and just ease into the weekend. So GBP USD looking for buy, Euro USD looking for buy, USD CAD looking for buys as well, USDJPY watching for buy, and I think GBPCHF as well looking for buy. So those are the trade outlook for the week and how you could potentially look to manage or to look for opportunities within those contexts. Now, remember, it's very important. What we're discussing here is all about context. Now, I see some people, some people might, the markets might eventually go our way. The markets will go exactly where we want to go, and some people will still end up taking huge losses on their accounts, partly because of either poor risk management or just impatience, right? And so it's good to have defined rules as to how you want to trade. You have directional bias. Let's say you're anticipating the markets to push higher or to become bullish. That's your directional bias. And then what you should be doing is, watch for confirmation based on what you are comfortable with. Look for confirmation. And once you find confirmation, look to enter the market. Now, you need to enter the market if you're going to do so using appropriate risk management, so that in case you're wrong, because let's say you're looking to buy, right? So let's take this market for instance. Say we're trying to buy, and we try to buy here, and the market broke down. Again, we try to buy here, and the market broke down, and then we try to buy here, and then the market begins to move up, right? Now, imagine if while we try to buy here, some other person risk 1% of their capital, but you risk 20% of your capital. Now, if this rate goes against you, you lose 20% of your account. Again, we all try to buy here. The person risks 1% of the account, you risk 20% or 10% or whatever. At this point, you're already 40% down. what is the chances that by the time price gets here, you'll be looking to buy? As a matter of fact, probably out of panic, by the time you see all of this, you probably will be trying to sell this, and then price will begin to move up. And then you'll be wondering, why is it that, you know, the market is always against you? And you begin to wonder what is wrong, or, you know, who is chasing you. It's probably because of your risk, and then and your indiscipline to basically plan your trade and then trade your plan. That's the idea. You want to plan your trade and then look to execute your plan by, you know, trading the plans you've made, and understanding that you'll be wrong. You know, sometimes, you know, even myself, sometimes I'll be wrong back to back to back. I have rules. After 3 losses, I'm done for the day. I'll come back to the chart the next day and we'll continue from where we stop. That way, I don't, you know, I don't get into emotional trading. And you know, if you use proper risk management, you will be able to capture the moves that begin to move, and then, you know, you'll find out that the beauty of trading in the direction of the trend. But that's only if you you know, if you manage your risk appropriately and you know, look to trade like a professional would. Okay, so that's about it. Those are the instruments I wanted to discuss with you guys quickly for today's session. Tomorrow we would continue from where we stop and begin to look at more of the instruments to trade. Until now, the recording of this will be uploaded on the YouTube. If you're watching this from the YouTube, don't forget to like and also subscribe, and leave comments down below if you enjoy the content or you have questions you'd like to ask me. Okay, so I think that's about it, guys. Pleasure once more to always to have you on board, and yeah, I'll take your questions now.